Alrighty, so you want to play M. Bison in Street Fighter 6, but you don't want to sit through too long of a video or try to scour the internet about what information you need to play this character. I got you. Today we're going to be talking about the essential stuff when it comes to playing this character. Let's get right into it. Alright, so M. Bison in this game is categorized as a power type, similar to that of like Zangief and stuff like that. He's got really strong damage, and he's like a hybrid charge character. So some of his moves are quarter circle inputs, other moves are charge inputs. So that's just something to take note of, just in case you're not into charge characters. Alright, let's start with his buttons. So first of all, Bison here has some pretty decent jabs overall when it comes to a lot of his faster light options. Stand light 5, low light 4, you got low 5 on his kick, his light, and then 4 on his standing kick. So they're all very standard, I think, overall when it comes to frame data. Pretty decent range. You can throw this out really fast, so I think this is a good jab right here. And it even hits a little bit further than it might, so I think this is a very strong jab. On top of that, he does have, unfortunately, a very slow standing medium punch, but crouch medium punch, on the other hand, is a really strong option. Crouch medium punch is most likely going to be his best option for checking drive rush. Say someone runs in, this option just hits. It's fast, it's good range. I recommend using it. On top of that, he has his medium kick. Like a lot of other characters like Cammy, this medium kick has good poke, but it can't drive rush cancel or anything like that compared to a lot of his medium options like stand medium, his light jabs, and some of his light kicks as well. Now we can move on to his crouch medium kick, which I do think will be his low forward option. It's the best option when it comes to poking low. You can get in from this option as well, so you can get like a shimmy or something. You can use it to check their, like, if they're blocking low. It's very strong. Alright, now I want to move into his heavy buttons really quick. Alright, now when it comes to his heavy buttons, I do believe his heavy punch is a little slow, to be honest, but it's pretty good at covering some distance and getting in. And on top of that, the best thing about this move is probably that it is +1 on block. So if you are able to get this move out, you will be plus on block. Another heavy option that I think is pretty useful is his back heavy kick, which does the same thing. It's also +1 on block. So you can use this for like frame traps and stuff like that, and just for like safe pressure. It's not as far as this heavy punch, but it's faster. So it's like figuring out when you want to use that. On top of that, we have heavy kick here, which is probably going to be your best whiff punish option. Then we have stand heavy kick right here, which is going to be our best whiff punish option. But let's say on wake up, you bait like a throw or something, then you can get like a full combo from this. So it's pretty cool. Then we have his sweep crouch heavy kick. And this is a standard sweep, except that it's honestly pretty fast at 11 frames startup, and the range is very good. So I think this is a very strong sweep, personally. Alright, so he does actually have a few other buttons that I think are pretty useful to take note of. First up is his forward heavy punch, which is going to be an overhead, which can be drive rushed, and obviously you can cancel after. Very strong move. And then on top of that, we also have diagonal down forward, and then heavy kick, and you have this sweep. This is the classic. This goes very far, and for how easy it is to do this, like, it's honestly a pretty good option. It can be punished on block, but if you see them far away doing an option that you could punish from low, you got this move. So it's pretty good. It's good to get in on, and yeah. Now we got to talk about this man's target combo. Pretty simple target combo. He has an option after medium punch to cancel into an overhead with forward heavy punch, and down heavy kick with a low. So overhead and low. Alright, lastly, I want to talk about this man's other target combo, which is an aerial 2-hit piece that he can do, which actually cancels pop. It's pretty strong. It can be used to beat out people in the air and air-to-air situations, and you're gonna need this because other than this option, the only anti-air I found so far is down heavy punch, which is not a bad option, but it's a little slower. It's just a little harder to get out than, like, you know, like a safe Shoryuken or something like that. So I definitely recommend using this air-to-air option a bit more, considering you can get a lot off of it. Alright, now we're going to move on to Bison's specials. So when it comes to Bison's specials, his kind of game plan is kind of centered around his specials. They're pretty easy to understand, in my opinion. When it comes to playing this character, he has back fist combo right here, quarter circle back punch, which is a 2-hitting special that will attach Psycho Mind to the enemy. which after a slow amount of time will blow up. This move can also be used to, if you use the next special we're going to talk about, which is his Psycho Crusher. It will explode on impact, and you will get plus frames. So, speaking of Psycho Crusher, this is a move that it's a charge back and then forward move that goes pretty far. It beats out some fireballs and stuff like that. It's a pretty strong option. However, on block, this move is incredibly unsafe. So you don't just want to throw this thing out since it's minus 17, and that's the light. The heavy's minus 18. However, the OD version of this move is actually minus 3, so it is actually safe on block. So if you want to throw that one out there to cover some screen, you can, but again, you're using some of your meter to do it. And he might have some better options other than that to cover screen anyway. Alright, let's talk about knee press. So knee press is cortical forward kick. In my opinion, this move is a pretty good option for low hits and little small hit combo enders. If you get some like small jabs and stuff like that, you can cancel into this, and you're in a pretty good option to go for grab after here and some other stuff like another low or something like that. I think you probably also shimmy if you have enough time, but if they're mashing, you probably wouldn't be able to. But either way, the main use I have for this move, I think personally, is going and using it for a spacing trap. If spaced correctly, this move can be used as a really strong spacing trap. So I'm going to do heavy here, and then I can get it. Bop, bop. And a lot of the times when people see this move, their first reaction is to press a button. So you can just take advantage of that, making sure that they whiff an option and then you can punish it. So I think that's the most useful use of this move, other than just for like little low combo, little like smaller combos and stuff. Alright, so now let's talk about Shadow Rise. So Shadow Rise is this move. It's a charge down up kick, and he will launch into the air, and out of this he has two different options. The first of these options is if you press the kick button, he will slam straight down, and then he can also press a button immediately after. If he presses a punch button, he can actually hit the opponent on block right there, or trick them and punish them right there if they're not expecting the extra hit. The other option is to go for just straight up punch, and this move is pretty strong as it is actually +4 on block. So it's a really safe option if you just want to get in. If you know they're not going to anti-air you and you think you have an opportunity to make it still your turn, that's when it's the best time to use this move. Alright, so let's move on. So when it comes to playing Bison's game plan, I think even though he's a hybrid charge character, he doesn't stay back as much as other characters, I believe, because he has most of his options and specials are just options to get in. So I think a lot of this man's game plan is being aggressive but being smart. And by that I mean throwing out knee press in certain situations that you know that you can spacing trap people and stuff like that. Making sure you're not just throwing this out unless you know that like you have like meter that you can use. Like a lot of other characters in this game, his crouch medium kick is really good at being a low forward option that can punish people who aren't blocking low, and it can get in and get some pretty good damage. It's very strong. So that's the simplest way to describe it, but realistically, if we want to actually get into this man's game plan, it's a lot centered around this move right here, which will set Psycho Mine on the opponent. Psycho Mine is something you're going to want to keep getting on somebody, as it makes them a little uneasy because they're going to need to try to get rid of it, and they can get rid of it by hitting you, but this also means that you know what they're going for. It makes their game plan a little bit more simple to understand in that moment because they need to try to get rid of it, or they're going to try to block. And in the situation that they do block, if they already have this on, then you get free plus frames and you can just pressure. So it's about getting this move off and then continuously pushing them to the corner. And if you do get a hit, cashing in and doing 1,000,000 damage. Look at this damage. This is off a level 2. Boom, 5k. So it really is about taking advantage of the other person not knowing how to deal with Psycho Mine and just having really strong pressure and being comfortable with Bison's movement, in my opinion. Alright, for this part of the video, I'm going to show you guys a few combos that I recommend you learning with this character. Alright, so yeah, that's going to be everything for today. I hope you guys found this video useful, and if you guys have any more questions, any more critiques, or anything like that, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. We also have a Discord link down below in the description if you guys want any more coaching, or you just want to play matches and stuff like that. But anyway, that's going to be it for me today, so peace out.